Good day guys, my name is Brandon, and let me ask you something. Have you thought about your dissertation? Brandon, did you just say the D word? What? Don't you like me saying it? Dissertation, 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 Yes, one of the most daunting parts about being a student is that dreaded dissertation. Unless you don't have to do one on your course. But what do you do for your dissertation, I hear you ask? Well, allow me to help you, as I tell you how to best approach choosing a topic for your dissertation. Before I start, I must preface in saying that I am not an expert in every course. Dissertations can and will differ from course to course, but I will try and apply my experience and advice in as broad a term as possible. Alright, let's do this. The first problem that tends to be encountered very commonly is how to narrow down your field into one particular topic. Say you're a media student like myself. There are multiple forms of media and different theories in and around each of them. How do you even choose? Well, definitely don't pick something that you're not gonna like, because that's just a given. Most dissertations tend to be just the one at 10,000 words long. There tend to be a few others, like shorter ones, but you have to do more than one of them, which are around 4,000 to 5,000. But for the main part, you need to enjoy the topic that you're talking about, and not something boring. Boring. Find something that you enjoy, or alternatively, you can look at something from multiple different areas and see how they interlink and look into them in more detail. Or even pick something that hasn't been covered on your course yet. Take a guess who did that. Yeah, I did that. I decided to choose something that I really liked, and that is monster movies. I knew it was something that I've really enjoyed, and there are a lot of different areas for me to cover, like really just to start off, what defines a monster movie. That's my whole first chapter, is what is the definition and how do you define it. Which brings us quite nicely to our next point. Picking a topic that you enjoy is good and all, but is it enough? Let me explain why. Say you found a topic that you've really enjoyed and you think, hey, I want to write my dissertation on it. Okay, but can you write 10,000 words on it? If you can't write 10,000 words on the topic you're choosing, then you probably haven't gone into enough detail. Or there's just not enough content for you to cover. This is where dissertation proposals come in. A lot of dissertations on courses will tend to have a dissertation proposal that you do beforehand. This is crucial because it helps you to find whether or not you're actually able to go in depth enough in the topic that you've chosen. It's essentially like a 2,500 word plan. Well, mine was 2,500 words, but it may be longer. In that you cover the questions that you want to ask, literature reviews, different forms of methodology, different sorts of things like that, so you need to make sure that you have enough. Also remember that the dissertation tends to come in chapters as well, so 3 chapters, an intro and conclusion, there's your 10,000 words. Breaking it down like that also makes it seem a little less daunting. A little less daunting. Okay, final point. This final point is something that worries a lot of people when writing their dissertation. A quarter, a third, or maybe even halfway through the dissertation process, you may think to yourself, wait, this is stupid, I don't want to do this rubbish. Whoops. So yeah, you've changed your mind and you want to do something else. And do you know what? That's completely fine. Okay, it's fine because the dissertation is a huge commitment and you want to make sure that you're enjoying or at least making the best possible piece of work that you can. And if that means that you have to change course and start something different, that's absolutely fine. I must preface in saying that this will be a huge strain on time management, but I think anybody is able to do it. Words of encouragement by yours truly. Now I just gotta worry about my own dissertation, which I haven't started. That's not even a joke, I haven't. So that was a video about choosing a topic for your dissertation, so I hope you enjoyed it. There is plenty of help and support for you throughout your dissertation process, with your dissertation tutor, with other tutors, librarians, that sort of thing, so don't feel like you're doing it alone. If you have any other problems or advice that you need the answers to, feel free to let us know on any of Student Life's social medias. My name is Brandon, and I shall see you very, very soon. Bye for now.